Fred Vasseur is in serious trouble, and now the truth that Ferrari has been trying to contain for weeks has finally broken out. Behind the scenes, far from the public eye, the team has been quietly preparing for what could become one of the most seismic shakeups in recent Formula One history. Because while Vasseur publicly insists that he's focused, calm, and committed to rebuilding the team, recent reports have revealed something very different. Not only has Ferrari approached Christian Horner in a bold and ultimately rejected attempt to lure him away from Red Bull, but they've now set their sights on Antonello Coletta, the mastermind behind Ferrari's unmatched dominance in the World Endurance Championship. What does this mean? It means the top brass at Maranello no longer see Vasseur as untouchable. It means the team's disappointing 2025 season, with 0 wins in the first 10 races, internal driver tension boiling over, and a car that continues to underperform, has shaken confidence in the leadership project Vasseur was brought in to spearhead. And now, with the team rapidly losing ground to rivals like McLaren and Mercedes, the pressure has reached a breaking point. This isn't just a rumor. It's a bombshell that could redefine Ferrari's future in Formula One. So make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us until the very end. Because what you're about to discover might explain not just the chaos inside Ferrari, but why Vasseur may be running out of time to save his job. Let's now take a deeper look at what this moment truly means for Ferrari. Not just for Fred Vasseur, but for the entire Scuderia, from top to bottom. Because what's unfolding isn't merely a series of missteps, technical slumps, or poor weekends at the track. This is a full-blown identity crisis, one that is threatening to consume the very foundations of the most iconic team in motorsport. Charles Leclerc, once seen as Ferrari's golden child and future world champion, has increasingly started to resemble the haunted figures of Maranello's darkest years. His voice, once filled with fire and belief, now carries a weight that goes beyond frustration. In Montreal, when he lashed out over team radio after being pitted despite saying his tires were fine, it wasn't just about one bad call. It was about the collapse of confidence. Confidence in a strategy team that's lost its rhythm, confidence in a garage that no longer feels cohesive, confidence in a vision that once felt like a shared mission and now seems like guesswork. And when that trust evaporates in a driver of his caliber, the repercussions are seismic. On the other side of the garage, things aren't any calmer. Lewis Hamilton arrived with the gravitas of a 7-time world champion, a man who chose Ferrari not just for legacy, but for purpose. He wanted to build something, to turn Ferrari into a championship-winning force once more. But 10 races into his debut season, Hamilton has become less of a hopeful architect and more of a reluctant whistleblower. His public remarks, cryptic but pointed, have unveiled a toxic cocktail of outdated processes, communication breakdowns, and what he bluntly described as the need for a mindset shift. When Hamilton says, "There's a lot going on in the background," that's not casual commentary. That's a signal flare. He's calling attention to deep structural issues, political inertia, lack of clarity, old-school thinking disguised as tradition, and in doing so, he's placing Ferrari's top management under a microscope. Because the dysfunction he's alluding to, it doesn't start on race day. It starts in the boardroom. The root of the problem lies in Ferrari's attempt to reinvent itself under Fred Vasseur. In 2024, it looked like that plan was working. 5 wins, a near miss in the Constructors' Championship. There was momentum. There was unity. And Vasseur, brought in to steady the ship after Binotto's stormy exit, had seemingly begun to earn the trust of Maranello. But then came 2025, a new car philosophy, a design overhaul that many within the paddock labeled as an unnecessary risk, and a team that looks less like a contender and more like a team in freefall. That design shift, reportedly pushed through by Vasseur himself, was meant to mark a clean break from the previous regime. But in doing so, Ferrari abandoned a solid 2024 base for an experimental SF25 that has proven to be dangerously inconsistent. Aerodynamic instability, brake overheating, poor tire management. It's a car that no one, not even Hamilton, can tame. And the result? Not just poor performance, but shattered morale. The internal chaos has only intensified in recent weeks. According to insiders, Vasseur is facing mounting pressure from Ferrari's top brass. And with each passing race, that pressure is becoming unbearable.